Derek Jones is one of the people who have returned here.
We dug the hole, and it was a big, huge hole. And it was so exciting, and the church was excited, and they were dancing and shouting because I was preaching faith and power, and we dug the hole, and they started shouting until grass started growing in it. And they were still shouting a little bit, but then water started filling up the hole. And time passed, and I couldn't get a breakthrough. And while we were digging the hole to build the building, I ended up having to dig a hole to bury my mother. So when I see the shovel, I see a whole lot of things. I see stress and struggle and pain.
So let me put it this way. In astrology, the 10th house rules Capricorn, or is ruled by Capricorn, and Saturn rules over Capricorn. And the 10th house is our place in the world. Basically, it's us standing at the top of a mountain where everyone can stand back and see us clearly. And because they can see all of our flaws, our imperfections, and everything about us, basically we don't stand in that position freely because we're afraid of what other people will think. We're afraid of other people's opinions. And of course, as humans, our survival depended on us being a group, as a community aspect. And the master builder number 33 knows all about community. Community is important. So a lot of the times we'll mold ourselves to be what is best for the community and not what is best for us on a whole. And I trust the universe and trust the creator in the sense that what is best for me will be best for the community if I am coming from a place of truly knowing, which is a place of love, where I'm in tune with the divine guidance that is here for me. So, like I mentioned, if I didn't already, when it comes to these beliefs, a lot of the times we allow other people to live twice through us, whether it's our parents, our caregivers, whoever. I'm realizing that when I'm able to change the mental food that I am consuming, which in reality change what I'm putting out, what I'm projecting, it's like my life is starting to change. Like my life is getting easier. Things are changing for me as I am changing what's happening in my mind. So basically, our real reality is what's happening within us, not what we're conditioned to focus on that's happening without us. But when the master teacher number 33 escapes reality through being creative, through escaping reality by doing things that, maybe you're told you shouldn't do, or hanging out with friends and doing brunch and social things. Basically, in the process of escaping reality, it's like we're escaping ourselves because there's some deep-rooted feelings there that we don't want to feel. And for the master teacher number 33, I feel like it's self-worth, not feeling worthy. And that may come from, like, say, as a child, maybe there wasn't enough recognition for what you brought to the table, your creativeness and your care for your community and everything that you contribute, everything that you have to give. So in reality, you're looking for that feeling of worthiness. So it's like, instead of picking a career path and going with it, you might say, I don't know what I want to do with my life, when in all reality, you do know. It's just that you might not feel like that thing is accepted or will be appreciated, because basically you need for others to see you a certain way. So and you might not realize that you need for others to see you that way. And you just tell yourself, yeah, I enjoy doing this, but I don't think it's a real career, when in all reality, it could be a real career. You've just not given it a chance, or sit down and use your resourcefulness and see how you can make it into a real thing. But basically, the self-worth that you're looking for has to come from within. Once you realize that you are worthy just for your existence, other people start to realize that you are worthy also. And whatever it is that you put your mind to and decide that you want to do, other people will have to just respect it and support it. And they will, as long as you do. It's like, for myself as a birthday number 3, You know, at first I was ashamed about going into art, fashion, and hair because, you know, at first when I shared it with my mom, her response wasn't, you know, what I wanted it to be. And her response had nothing to do with me.
But the plan was not for this to end. The plan was for this to keep going on and on until it breaks your spirit. And then you say, hey, I have no power. Here you go. Hold on to your power. Hold on to your peace of mind. Hold on to your freedom, because your freedom is all you have. So this is your greatest test yet, deep divers. Under pressure, you can choose to crack, or you can choose to become a diamond.
Not the society's expectation of you, but you. Not the good, but the bad and the ugly, the entirety of you. And so in a short Pisces season, you're getting ready to integrate this cosmic knowledge collectively, broken down individually, that will be fully manifested by May of this year and expressed Gemini. However, taking into account the development of your growth, remember, this apocalypse cycle is the end of the world. It's going to get scary, but it's only going to be scary for those who don't know what time it is. If you know what time it is, this is literally the period you've been waiting for your whole life, because you're a god having a human experience. For anyone who identifies as human, now we're identifying as any gender we want these days, right? So for those of you who still identify with human, you have every reason to be terrified of this period. It's over for you. You're done. You're fucking done. Your traditions are done. In another 20 years, nationalities won't exist. You're not going to have countries and territories. There's a whole succession war in the works right now for when all of the infrastructure and collective authority that's making people do what they have to, that's not going to exist. There will be a succession war between different tribes and clans for who's going to gain power over the world. You're going to live through this. Elites are starting to section away their resources. You had years to awaken the God within to get you through this. And this is where the authenticity of your actions will judge whether you did what you did for you or other people's expectation of you. One which is fake, the other which is super true, okay, and real.